gotta tell what I feel. I gotta talk about my life as I see it.
I'm the illest nigga alive. Watch me prove it. I snapped your crown with your head still attached to it.
Come on, man. This is God-given. Only thing I gotta do is just show up.
The nerve, the audacity.
Ladies and gentlemen, please make some noise for
Prophecies with the Prophet.
What is we talking about?
You want to be good or great? And then make me remember, I'm trying to be great. You hear me? Great.
What's up, people? Welcome back to the Prophecies. How is everybody doing? Make sure y'all hit that thumbs up button, like and share the video. I'm about to bring the ladies in 1 second. Uh-oh. New mom's popping up. I see you back there, new mom. What's up? Something in the chat so I can see who's all rocking and rolling with us tonight. Tonight's topic is gaslighting or misunderstanding. So we're going to get into a lot of that tonight. What's up, Tony King? I see you in the chat. What's up, Rhonda Brown? Ladies, how are y'all doing today?
Hey.
The game's on here. The game's on here.
What's up, Barb? I see you in the chat. All right. Is everybody what's up? Like, where's the energy at tonight? Everybody good?
We chilling.
I'm good.
Right, I just want to make sure. I just want to make sure.
Here we go. Sure. Checking our temperature. We good.
I just want to make sure, man. Yeah. All right. What's up, Stephanie? I see you in the chat. As we start off every episode, does anybody need to vent or have a question? Does anybody need to vent about anything, or does anybody have a question? What's up? Everybody good today? Nobody need to get their shit off?
No, this old lady at work.
what the old lady did? What the old lady did?
She don't want to listen.
She don't want to listen.
Be setting fires.
I would say something, but I'm not. I would say something about the listening part, but I'm not.
I'ma just let her do her. Right.
What's up, Helen? I see you in the chat. All right, so tonight's a real special episode. As I told the ladies last episode, I'm going to be passing the ball a little bit and letting them expound on things that they want to speak about. So this week is Miss Nina's episode, and the episode is entitled Gaslighting or Misunderstanding. So Miss Nina, give them just something to break the mold. What is gaslighting? What are we doing tonight?
Okay. All right. So tonight, we just want to see if we can tell the difference between intentionally being gaslit or if it's just a basic misunderstanding, right? Because we all walk through it. Because sometimes it's just a comprehension detail, right? Because we all have different communication styles. However, there is a fine line to whereas it is a manipulation tactic and you are taking advantage and you are gaslighting me. But how do we tell the difference? Can we tell the difference?
Okay, I'm gonna tell them like the general definition, but I want to ask the girls first. What do y'all think about gaslighting? Do y'all think it's a real thing? Do y'all have your own definition for it? Tia, what's your thoughts?
Oh, I was about to say, I think I was muted. So I would say gaslighting is like a form of manipulation. I think it can be
interchangeable in a sense. Manipulation in regards to like making you feel like you're wrong. Like a sense of like making you feel like you're crazy. In our reality, you've been right all along. You know what I'm saying?
I can't.
And you trying to flip it like, okay, what? Like, what you mean? Like, why would you feel that way? Or but like, you know, however somebody tries to manipulate the situation to make them look a certain way in your eyes and to make you out to be, in a sense, the crazy one.
All right, baby here's do you have anything to add?
I really don't know what like, to be completely honest, I don't really know what gaslighting is.
Oh shit, I love this, Nina. Oh shit.
I don't know what gaslighting is. Like, I know what manipulation is, but gaslighting, I really don't know. Like, I don't know the understanding, like the meaning or the understanding to that. So,
all right,
y'all about to teach me something.
So as I was diving in it, I didn't know that it was an actual form of abuse. So that part of it, I didn't actually know that it is an actual form of abuse. So the general definition means that it's like they're playing mind games with you to manipulate you in order to distort your reality. So that's the general definition of it. It's like manipulation of your mind to make you think that you're crazy, to get the heat off of them, basically.
It's psychological abuse.
Right. That's the general definition of gaslighting. All right. Let's see, where do we want to begin with, Nina?
So going forward, so I got a couple questions for y'all, right? Hold on, let me pull my Palm Pilot out for a second.
Oh, shit.
Well, all right. First, real quick, before we even go into the questions, I got a little game, I guess. Let's do a little icebreaker. Even with the definition, right? And I guess I'll back up just a tad bit. So we do know what having a misunderstanding is as well. So the thing is, and why it's like a thin line, is because they both cause confusion, right? And this is why a lot of people who use the gaslighting so well and can use it, and why it's such a good manipulation tactic, is because it does cause confusion and it leaves a little gray area, right? Because they can just be like, no, like, you know, they can save grace, because you can either go on the black area or the white area, and they could just be like, no, this is what I meant by it, depending on whatever your response is going to be, right? So even with both of these general definitions explained, can you guys probably think of a time to whereas you think you may have been gaslit? Like, think of a scenario to either you think you may have been gaslit, or maybe you think you probably had a misunderstanding. And then us as a group, I want us to be like, no, you were definitely gaslit. I want us to vote and be like, no, you were gaslit, or no, I think that was a misunderstanding. And even the viewers, I want y'all to vote too and give your opinion and just be like, whether if you think, you know, we were being gaslit, or if you guys think that was a misunderstanding as well.
All right. Who wants to begin? Right, quiet. This was the word.
So yeah, go ahead, T. You start.
All right. So I don't know if I can necessarily go straight to an example, but I'll just say this. I'll say there's instances where, and we'll talk about this later, where it comes to blame shifting and things of that nature. But the overall thing with gaslighting is, it's whatever I do is your fault. So in that case, if somebody does something to you, if they did it once or twice, or however many times they did it, who do y'all think should take blame in that? Is there not shared blame, or is it just because somebody did something to you, they're always at fault?
like if you stated what your boundaries, like what you mean. So if somebody, like, say if they did it and you like, oh, I don't like that. I don't like when you did X, Y, and Z, and they do it again. Like, but is
Right.
it the same action in the same scenario?
Right.
No, it's their fault. Fool me once, right?
So the original person who was being gaslighted, it's shame on them, right?
Shame on them.
Right. That's what I was trying to
Yeah,
get to.
it'll be shame on them, and I wouldn't call that a misunderstanding either. That's 110% them, because you're doing it intentionally at this point, and you're being selfish.
Right.
You're being selfish.
So even in the intentional part of it, I would say a lot of times all of us, we rush the process. Like we skip steps, we're rushing the process. We don't take our time to get to know people inside and out. And a lot of people, I know y'all are going to attest to, a lot of them are good ass liars and they be faking the phone and all of that shit. But more times than not, we are impatient. Like we want what we want when we want it, so we ignore other things.
Yeah.
But I also feel like it's a matter of like giving a person the benefit of the doubt too.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's not necessarily being like selfish. I think it's like you think to yourself like everybody's not perfect, right? So, or it may be you comparing the pros and the cons. So, well, he or she might not do this, but they do this. So then you dismiss or you not even necessarily overlook. You be like, I ain't like that shit, but it's cool. It wasn't that bad. It was like kind of small compared to what it could be. And I think that can sometimes become later down the line might become a problem.
Right, because who was that talking?
That was me.
Oh, I just wanted to make sure I wasn't stepping on nobody. So what I was saying was, yeah, in those cases, there's a value system, or like you have like a point system inside of you. A lot of people might not know about it, but there's a value or a point system in front of you where you be like, all right, like you said, they did this, but they do better shit over here, so I'll let that shit rock. So in those instances, that's what I was saying. But the blame should fall back on you. I think that is. I wouldn't call them gaslighting in that case, because you know what it is, and you're allowing that.
Well, I think it has to be specific on what we're talking about. Right. Hold on, y'all. This baby is about to roll off the bed.
Okay, so I have a question.
Go ahead, baby.
Like I said, I don't know when it comes to gaslighting. So if a person says to you, oh, well, you forced my hand. Right. Is that like gaslighting too? Like, is that, or like?
I think it's gaslighting. Like it's all in the intent of it. So if the original intentions were bad intentions, like if they come into it with bad intentions and they all that's what their whole thing was, then yeah, they're gaslighting.
Like I mean, like, all right, so say you dealing with a person and y'all just like y'all having disagreements or whatever. So you know, us as females sometimes we hold out on the Gucci, like you know.
That's bad, but I'm gonna let you rock.
And he go out and he go cheat or whatever, or he go get his fixed up, and he like, and then
this is great.
You find out, and you confront him about it, and he like, oh well, you forced my hand, like, is that gaslighting?
That's gaslighting.
Okay.
See, wait a minute.
No,
wait a minute.
That's because it's crazy. Because I was about to give a similar. See, Bianca, we live the same life. I was about to give a similar scenario. That's gaslighting.
Wait a minute.
Oh my God.
Wait a
minute. Don't start.
No, I'm gonna show you.
No, because we gotta be specific on what the definition is, and I know Nina got it. So when we
I got the definition.
Exactly, so you guys say what specifically what
All right.
of gaslighting is, so we can be
There's
specific.
no color mode coming
Let me
out.
let me give the definition, T, before you start your shit.
All right.
Here's the definition. And I'm gonna do it from the Urban Dictionary because we are urban people. So, a form of psychological manipulation where a person makes someone question their own reality, memory, or perceptions. You perceived right. Often used by narcissistic wise abusers and manipulators to gain control over others by making them feel crazy or overly sensitive. Example, like the one you gave.
Okay.
Gaslighting.
All right. See, it depends on how it's communicated, though.
She communicated that perfectly.
No, not how she communicated the scenario. I'm talking about how he's communicating the blame. I'm talking about how he's communicating the blame. So it's like, if I have a conversation with you beforehand, and then I do something after that, I'm still not going to put that full blame on you. I'm going to say that played a part, but I still have discernment and I still have choices, to make on my own end. But there is a shared part of that y'all don't want to acknowledge.
What are you trying to say that he didn't gaslight? That's what you're saying?
I'm trying to say it depends on how he communicates.
You're trying to say there was a miscommunication?
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Gaslit or miscommunication or misunderstanding.
How?
You gotta choose, T. Stop talking about, well, it depends.
Exactly. Like, stop playing with me.
What is misunderstanding or gaslighting? Which one do you choose? They choose gaslighting. So do I. What do you choose? Just
So, like,
she said vote. That's what she said.
I said vote.
Yeah.
Like, so similar. If it's okay to share, Bianca, not to like push your story to the side, just to piggyback off your story, right? Mm-hmm. So, with my ex, we lived in the same house, right? We were just on bad terms. We were about to separate. We were big argument. Boom. But this is one of those why you leave the microwave on high kind of arguments. He just needed a reason to leave the house. I'm like, hey, you don't need. This is what happened. I said, hey, you don't need to start an argument with me. I come in peace. All you gotta do is leave the house. If you want to leave the house, I know what you're doing. Like, we've been down this rodeo before. You're manipulating the energy in the house just so you can leave and do what you need to do. Like, that's what I'm saying. You don't need to do all of that. Just go ahead and leave the house. So what happened was, I don't care. Listen, you could be Scott toilet paper for all I care. You can do whatever you want. So, but what ended up happening was, I had the location and I knew where he went because, you are a creature of habit and you went there and you did what niggas do, like, you know what I mean? And I caught it. So why did you do that? Then it says, oh, well, you said I could leave the house.
Right. All right. I just want to ask a question, and this can go to both of y'all in both of y'all scenario. When Baby here said it, she said, I was purposely withholding the coochie. Is that not a part of manipulation right there? Are we skipping that part? Are we skipping that part? That's all I'm asking.
Hold on.
That's all I'm asking. Are we skipping that part? Y'all be key.
Hold on. Because you went to that. The coochie was being withheld because we were having misunderstandings. We were arguing.
Right, but do that make it right?
We're arguing.
Do that make it right? Do that make it right?
If we're arguing,
I'm not interested in you.
If we're arguing,
so it's like we gonna argue and I'm gonna sleep with you.
No, I'm not saying that we have an argument and you sleep with me right there and then. I'm saying that what is the time frame in this shit? Like, we had an argument 3 weeks ago. You still mad? You still mad? I still can't get no. It's 3 weeks later.
No,
but she didn't say that.
I didn't say
That's
that.
why I'm asking. That's why I'm asking.
Okay, let's say a week.
Okay, a week is cool.
But we're still feuding though. Like, we're not breaking.
But he didn't. He didn't even ask that. He didn't answer
I said, what's the time frame? I said, what's the time frame?
A week. But we're not breaking up or nothing like that. We're at a point like
we're just having a moment.
Yeah, something happened and we're going back and forth and we can't come to a resolution right now. So it's only been a week and we still, but it's kind of simmering down, but we're still at each other.
Right.
And you said, oh, you forced my hand.
All right.
Like, she didn't put no gun to this man's head, so he gonna commit a bigger, I'm gonna just have sex with somebody else instead of coming to her and be like, look, this is what I'm dealing with right now. If you don't have sex with me right now.
Wait a minute,
Okay.
Nina. Didn't I say that from the beginning? Didn't I say did he communicate first? I'm asking.
No communication. No communication. It's just we bumping heads because of a situation. And it's been a week. It's kind of simmering down, but we still haven't got to a resolution about it. And then he just took it upon himself to go out, have sex with somebody else, and come back. I find out about it, and it's like, oh, well, you forced my hand. What the fuck you mean I forced your hand?
So they still together.
Right, and in that specific scenario, I'm gonna just say he didn't have enough discipline, and he might have been gaslighting. But Nina, I want to ask you, like you was about to say, if he had the conversation first, is it still gaslighting?
If he had the conversation first, no.
That's all I was saying. That's all I was saying.
No, it's not gaslighting. Like, no, it's not gaslighting, but he still ain't shit.
Yeah.
All right. Let's stay right there. He ain't shit. And what is the female that was withholding the box all of this time? Is she married?
I'm sorry. That's my girl.
Married?
That's my girl. That's B, and I stick beside her. She held the box.
So she get a pass.
She get a pass.
And he ain't shit.
He ain't shit.
First of all, y'all men are crazy because y'all think sex solves every fucking problem, and it don't.
I don't believe that.
It don't.
I don't believe that.
A lot of men do. Oh, we're just gonna have sex. It's gonna solve the problems. Da da da. No, this is why I withheld the coochie because we're not fucking having sex until we get this shit resolved.
That's what she said in the beginning.
We live in this together, and we gotta come to a solution.
I'm with that. So where was the communication?
He used the manipulation tactic and did it somewhere else to try to.
I'm with you on that. I'm asking. I want to know where was the communication? Why weren't we talking?
I don't know.
See?
Come on, B. I'm trying to help you.
Hey, we in the same house. We ain't talking. What's up?
But a lot of people, they lack that communication skills.
Exactly.
So for me, my thing is, all right, well, what's up? Like how can we resolve this? And other people, some people, they get like, damn, what's the word for it? Overwhelmed or whatever, because you communicate like that and they can't. So they gotta sit on their thoughts and stuff like that. And it's like, all right, I'm gonna let you sit on your thoughts. I ain't gonna say nothing to you till you ready. That's why we're not talking. I'm not gonna say nothing to you till you ready. Yep. And now when you ready, you come to me and then we could come to a solution. That's why we wasn't talking right there.
I'm not mad at that, and I'll be on your side in that instance. All I was saying was, if there was communication, then everybody's at fault. I think that everybody's at fault if there's clear and proper communication.
Now, for me, if we bumping heads and I know I'm in the wrong, I'm definitely putting the coochie.
See, they were using it as a fucking weapon. What the fuck? y'all gotta stop.
But sorry for X, Y, and Z. You know, yes, I could have handled it better, and we should go about it like this, and that, and the third.
Right. I think the whole issue in this is the communication part of it, and whether it's communicated beforehand, whether people know how to handle themselves in those positions to communicate. We always say the word, but everybody's not doing it, especially when it's extremely necessary to do it. And the blame, we'll get into the blame
shifting.
Yeah, we'll get into the blame shifting part of it. But a lot of people don't want to look at themselves in the mirror and just be like, I was wrong. So that's where the whole gaslighting thing comes from. I just want to make it seem like you was wrong. I just want to put the shit on you. And that's the part that I feel bad just in general, because y'all as women, I don't know if y'all see it or y'all feel it, but all of these things like weigh on y'all or hurt y'all more than it does us. So I think that's where we need to start at. How things land on people in general.
Yeah.
Why do you think it hurt y'all more?
You mean why did I say it hurt y'all more?
Why do you feel that? Like, how do you come to that realization that it hurts y'all more than it hurts us?
No, I said it hurts y'all more than us.
Oh, okay. All right, my bad. I heard that wrong.
Yeah, I was saying that it hurts y'all more than
what?
and that's where it needs to be addressed. Go ahead.
No, it's okay. If you're done with that statement, T, also it walks over into my second question, like with the whole communication point, which is like top tier, right? But it walks over into my second question of how what Bianca was talking about is like when do you walk away? Because like even like she's saying they were, like give it a week, right? So we're arguing because it does get to a point to where you guys start talking in circles, right? And it becomes a cycle because even in communication, or when you get into an argument, or because it gets to a point where you just talk, you guys are just each person want to get their point across. So no one's listening to be heard, or no one's listening to understand. You're just talking to respond at a point. So it goes on for days and days, and then you get to a point of exhaustion. Like I'll be saying, okay, now I'm not giving out, now I'm not putting out, or depending on how the couple is and how they handle conflicts, or how you handle, your confrontation or whatever. Because at the end of the day, you both are individuals. So when do you walk away? Like when does enough become enough? Like, you know what I mean? Because even when we begin our relationships, that's something that's not talked about. I feel like often, like, when you meet people, what's your favorite color? What's your favorite thing to do? Like, what's your career? No. How do you handle conflict? You know what I'm saying? Like, how do you handle confrontation? Because that's very important. When do you walk away? Like, you shouldn't go to the point of exhaustion. Like, you know what I mean? It shouldn't be a week that we don't have a resolution. So when do you guys, like, say, okay, now I'm walking away? Or do you even walk away?
Anybody want to go? Because I got a long
That's
paragraph.
That's like with the domestic violence. Like, when do you walk away? Like, and then I don't know. That's different though. I don't know. I guess you gotta look for the signs, right? I'm just, I don't know, because y'all know I'm still trying to understand gaslighting, so. Because I probably done did it and don't even know I did.
All right, I got a question. I got a question before you go, Tia, and before we expound on the walking away part. All right, so this is what I have down in my notes, man. Let me get to this shit. All right, so I think the difference in between gaslighting and manipulation is like I said in the context. It's in the information of it. So when the person is actually trying to flip on you, or you may think that they're gaslighting, do they actually know better, or are they ignorant in that moment? That's the question.
I think they're ignorant in that moment. Just thinking about what T just said, I know somebody that, for instance, I know somebody that was after me for a long time. And I had, this is for my dad. and I talked to them, like we talked. We never was intimate, but we talked, like, and it got to the point that it's like the conversation would start off good, and then because I didn't want to be with them or serious, it just started like, huh? Oh, snacks, right?
Jesus. Go ahead, baby.
The conversations, like, it would start off good, and then it'd just be like, oh well, you going through that because you not X, Y, and Z with me, and this is and the third. So that's gaslighting, right?
Could
I got it. I'm asking, right? Is it okay?
You don't want to say everything is gaslighting.
Yeah.
All right. Hold on. I want both of them to answer the question.
Okay.
So the question. No, hold on, Nina.
Okay.
The question.
Okay, I'll wait.
The question is, if the person has the information, or if the person is ignorant, is it gaslighting?
And that's what I was saying. I think that they were, like Nina said, gaslighting me, but also ignorant to the fact that they were gaslighting me. Like, right. I guess so because they were so used to just talking like that to other females that they didn't. And when I brought it to their attention, I'm like, yo, like, you trying to play the blame game? Like with this, like, what? Are you trying to be a narcissist? That's what I used. I said, you, like, come on with your narcissistic ways. And they like, oh, you keep saying that I'm a narcissist, and no, I'm not. What am I doing that's a narcissist? And da-da-da-da-da-da. And I'm like, everything that you just said. Like, what?
Right. All right, ladies, what's your answer?
My answer is yeah. Like, yes and yes, you're absolutely right, because it's like just with anyone. Oh, I didn't even know, like, even if you were giving them a compliment, oh, I didn't even know I was doing that, because someone can be used to their behavior and not know that this is a behavior of theirs until someone pointed out, especially when it comes to toxic behavior, because there's a lot of people that be like, you know what, I'm not dealing with you, whatever. And especially, well, depending on who it is, you know what, I'm not dealing with that, and they'll just leave. Like, you see a lot of times, but when it comes down to DV, people don't want to meddle with that mess. So it's not like, it takes like one needle in a haystack for someone to be like, you know what, I'm going to stand up to this sucker, and I'm going to do something about it. Like, you were that needle in a haystack. You're not about to play in my face, where they probably meddle with a lot of different women and got different reactions. Like I said, depending on who they were, maybe he's a nice looking man. And there's a lot of women with low self-esteem that doesn't mind being fiddled with in front of their face with this nice looking man, as long as they being dicked down. You know what I'm saying? Because they got other people in their phones who do other things, whatever. If you want to say this, if you want to say that, he's not beneficial for me. But you're not looking for disingenuine action, but you're looking for genuine action. So you wasn't allowing him to go ahead and play in your face and do anything, because you value your energy. You value who's in your energy, especially with the things that you had to deal with in your past, like with your past relationship. So probably leading up to him, you were able to identify his toxic ways because of the people that you dealt with in the past. And it was just like, your antennas went off. So it's like, oh, hell no, nigga. You know what I'm saying? So of course he's going to be like, Too. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
You stopped him dead in his tracks.
and I identified that narcissistic ways because of my kid's father. Like I'm like, yeah, no.
What's up,
Like,
Loretta?
yeah, you're not gonna play with me, yeah. So, like, good for you.
All right, see, what's your answer?
I think that sometimes it's not necessarily a gaslighting situation. I think it just could be just game. Like depending on, because I think sometimes it depends on the circumstance and the situation. So in the beginning of a situation, obviously he wanted to get with you, right? So if he is trying to get with you, I feel like sometimes people just say things just to try to win you over.
That's a fact.
So I feel like that can be taken into consideration too. Like he wasn't trying to necessarily gaslight you in a abusive way, like how we say in the definition is an abusive type of situation. I just think that he was trying to manipulate you to get what he wanted at that particular time, whether it could be just you going out with him or whatever, just trying to get something out of, not necessarily in a gaslighting situation when we break it down as far as abuse. But to your point, it could just be a sign, that red flag to the future of a gaslighting situation. Does that make sense?
Right.
Yeah.
Trying to not be so like here we go, trying to gaslight the shit. Like it could have been.
No, you good.
Preview to gaslighting. It could have been, but at that particular time, he could just be like, "Man, I don't give a fuck what she talking about. I'm about to say whatever I need to say." So I can go out with her at this day. I'm feeling her, whatever. So in that instance, I feel like it could have possibly had just been like, I'm just trying to manipulate you a little bit.
But I'ma say he's not somebody that I just had met. It's somebody I knew for more than a year. So
but he still wanted you though, right?
Yeah. He
so he's like, listen, girls.
he still was big.
Goddamn year, you keep putting me in this friend zone. Baby girl, I got what you need. You see what I'm saying? That's what he was trying to do. He said, girl, it's been too long, okay?
Trying to speed us up.
I was like, girl, all right, damn, I've been on the phone with you all these hours, girl. What you need to hear?
All right, before we get to the next question, I want to ask y'all something real quick. Do y'all feel like y'all can gauge energy, like if somebody grabs your hand?
Wait, what?
Do you feel like you can gauge energy if somebody grabs your hand? Like if I grab your hand, do you feel like I can feel it when you naturally grab my hand, and I can feel it when you're grabbing my hand because you want something? Can you feel the energy? Is what I'm asking.
Yes, I can.
I don't know.
Nobody
just grabbing my hand.
You said nobody grabbing my hand. Why is nobody grabbing your hand?
Because why are you grabbing my hand? Like what?
Because we together. Like, what you mean?
Oh, you talking about like when you with somebody? Oh, because I'm like, what is going on here? Like, okay, I don't know about that one.
Nina,
yes.
What's your answer?
Yes. Yes. But I'm an energy healer, so that's a cheat answer for me. So I practice with energy.
All right, you said yes to baby hairs?
Yeah, I can. And you don't have to just grab my hand. I could just be next to you and I could feel it.
Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah, I think I was just asking because I think it's something that people don't like pay attention to. That's what I was asking. All right, because I got
That's a good question.
I got some shit to say on this walk away shit. Tia, did you want to go?
Go ahead, because I forgot the question about the walk away. So go ahead.
All right, so the question is, when do you walk away? All right, so this is my thoughts on that because I'm thinking about it. So normally, when you're placed in these situations, in your mind, you already know when it's time to go, but you're being stubborn in your heart. And when you're being stubborn and hard-headed in your heart, that's only because the love is blinding you. Now, sometimes love is unfair, And when it's genuine, though, it's just like any other emotion. So just like happy, sad, whatever, you should be able to feel that, is what I'm saying. So I would say I know when I'm ready to walk away when my heart tells me to. So when my heart tells me to walk away, my head has already been said it like 45 times already. But when my heart finally tells me, all right, enough is enough, walk away, that's when I know when it's time to walk away.
So I have a question. We are talking about walking away and when somebody is gaslighting you.
I mean, it could be when they're gaslighting, it could be when you're in a relationship, whatever.
Okay. For me personally, because I feel like everybody has their own deal breakers. It don't take to walk away.
My bad, but his deal breaker is really real because you change them, because you change them for specific people.
I don't. I'm be completely honest. Certain things. One thing about me, I'm gonna leave a nigga. That's just me.
Just flat out, I'm gonna leave a nigga, y'all.
I'm a serial entrepreneur. I'm gonna have 12 million jobs like a Jamaican, and I'm gonna leave a nigga. Like that's just what I do. But my deal breakers have always stayed the same. As far as me walking away, I give people the benefit of the doubt to a certain extent, but I'm gonna always choose me first. I gotta put me first, Lucius. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm going to, and whatever that looks like, whether it is cheating, whether it is like if I feel like I'm changing, like who I am, like if I feel like I can't be my silly, funny, just outspoken, if I can't be that with you, I'm leaving. Whatever that looks like, I don't give a fuck. If I feel like I have to constantly check on what you doing, like that's not me. If I feel like that's changing, I'm leaving. If I feel like any part of me is leaving, do you want to be a part of this conversation? If I feel any of that going, I am leaving, and whatever that looks like, that's just me though. And I feel like deal breakers are definitely real because for some people, cheating is not a deal breaker. For me, it is. If you are not like, you don't have to be as ambitious as me, but if you ain't got your shit together and you don't have a plan about life in general at this big age, bitch, I'm out. Like that don't make no sense. That don't make no sense to me. You know what I'm saying? So those are my deal breakers, and I'm gonna stand on it. But I'm gonna walk away whenever I feel like I'm not happy. I'm gonna always choose happiness first, whatever that looks like. It could be anyway, and that's where the reason why I'm saying is because, like you said, it depends on the person. So not every reasons why I left all these men were the same. They weren't, but it was always a deal breaker for me, and my happiness was in jeopardy. So I'm going to leave.
Okay, I'm not mad.
Amen.
Let me mute the
baby. Baby ears, did you give an answer?
So walking away. Like Tia said, the deal breakers. I'm strong on my deal breakers too, and cheating is a deal breaker for me. And as soon as I find out that you cheated or whatever, and I ain't going through your phone or nothing like that, that's just gonna come to me. Everything always comes to the light. Once that shit comes to me, I'm out of there. Now, if you didn't do anything like my deal breakers or whatever, but I'm not happy, I am going to communicate and tell you I am not happy in this situation. Now, it's up to you to change it and us to change it together. And if you don't, then I'm leaving. I'm out. I done spent 13 years of my life being unfucking happy. I'm not being unhappy for no fucking body. And I'm just now starting to be me again and find me again. You think I'm going to let another motherfucker come into my life and ruin that? hell no. I'm just now starting to get my confidence back and all of that. I'm not letting nobody ruin that for me at all. I'm starting to realize I love my peace and my bed more
I can't.
than
I am my bed.
anything else.
I ain't mad at it because I love naps, y'all. I'm a nap person. So I love naps and I love my bed as well. Nina, what's your answer?
Yeah, exactly right. Like, so my biggest thing is I don't like my psyche mess with. Don't mess with my mental. That's my instantly. I'm out the door. And if I feel like my feelings are invalidated, like I'm a communicator. I'm very opinionated. And I will say something, you know. So if I feel like my feelings are invalidated, I'm out the door. Or even like if we're interacting and you know I'm after the interactions I'm feeling drained or like if I don't feel myself or even more alive after we're done hanging out or whatever the case is, no, I'm good. Like, you know what I mean? So, yeah, those are my walk away signs. That's the way I'm doing.
Yeah, I just wanted to add that I think you can feel when it's not serving you. I think you can feel when situations are not serving you, and like in any capacity. And I think that is the time to walk away. All right, Miss Nina, do we want to get into this blame shifting? Yeah. Y'all can answer in the chat as well. When do you walk away? Put your answers in the chat and in the comment section. Now, can you explain just exactly what blame shifting is?
So when you blame shift, and this doesn't have to be like with a romantic partner, this can be in any relationship, right? So when you blame shift, it's literally just avoiding accountability. And this, you can usually find this in adolescent stages. When you're dealing with your children, right? So it'll give an example of, hey, they might ask you to set the alarm clock because, you know, you were closer to that side of the bed, and it's just like, yeah, but that's your clock, ain't it? Like, what I look like setting an alarm clock if that's your clock. One thing has nothing to do with the other. Instead of just simply taking accountability, it's like, you know what? You're right. And that's my fault. My apologies. I slipped up. Regardless of what the excuse is, regardless of what it is, it's just taking accountability and accepting that, you know, instead of pushing because that person came to you with an issue or a problem that they feel as if your fault, or you know what I mean? Not coming to you with the problem, but instead of you just taking it, you're giving it right back to them. You know, instead of exchanging energy appropriately, you're just pushing it right back onto them. So, blame shifting, which is another form of manipulation. Well, it's a manipulation tactic.
Right. All right. So, ladies, the question is blame being shifted, or does the opposite party just want to be heard and understood? Tia,
are we talking what exactly are we talking about though? Like when we talking about gaslighting or
right?
Oh, when we talking about gaslighting, okay, I want to make sure. If it's gaslighting, then it's just blame being shifted. That's how I feel. Because a lot of time. All right. I ain't know if I heard my mom. She changing a bit. I'm sorry. It's a lot happening over here today.
No, it's how you be like.
Because she like changed them and I didn't realize it was a lot going on in the pamper when I told her to change them. Sorry, Mom. I'm so sorry. But yeah, so if it's gaslighting, it's definitely you it's just being shifted because you trying to make it seem like that person is the problem. when you're gaslighting. You're trying to make it seem like you said, no accountability, even if it is your fault, or if you just wanted to not be on you because you're trying to manipulate the situation.
Just let me know when y'all ready. That's all. Just let me know when y'all ready. Just let me know when y'all ready. Because I got a question.
What's the question?
So no, wait. Before you get into his question, just to make a point too, because this is one of the great areas that I be talking about. Like even when we was talking, going back into like when do you walk away, because communication can happen. Like how we were talking about with the misunderstandings, having that gray area, because they can easily be like, oh no, we were just having a misunderstanding. Oh no, you just didn't understand where I was coming from. My mom kept saying like, oh, each party is just trying to get their point coming across. But because a lot, especially when it comes, I know we like to have this, because unfortunately, narcissism and narcissists, this has been the trend word lately. Like, you know, a lot of people like to push this around. But unfortunately, when it does come to narcissists, this is one of their manipulation tactics. They will talk you in a cycle of exhaustion. Because
they'll talk you to
you're
that.
not. Yeah, 110%. This is one of their manipulation tactics, right? And they'll say, you're not trying to listen to me. You don't care about me. I'm trying to get my point heard. You're the one who had a problem, and I'm trying to care for you. So they'll make it seem like they're talking in order to nurture whatever the problem is, but what they're doing is they're talking you out of exhaustion, to tire you down, right? And what you think is happening is you think you guys are having communication, right? And you're starting to think that there's just mere miscommunication. So now, because you're thinking that they're leaning in and trying to nurture the problem, now you're like, wait a minute. Now your perception is being tainted, right? So now you're taking a closer look at yourself, like, hold on, am I being too sensitive? Right? And this is where another point of the gaslighting was coming in. But you were being gaslit, like, you know? So it becomes this big ass cycle, and I don't know if we talked about it or whatever, but of how to tell the difference, because this is how you tell the difference, because you have to, lean in and trust on your intuition. But when you are being gaslit and these people are using these manipulation tactics, this is why they do it. This is why they cause the confusion, because they want to take your quote-unquote power away, to where you're not leaning in on your intuition, where you're not trusting on yourself, because that is your power, because that takes away the power from them, because they are trying to gain control over the situation, because if they have the control, then that means that their point of view and whatever that they're trying to push out, it wins, it takes over, and now you're left with confusion, now you're left with exhaustion, and and now their point matters when the whole time you were right. You know what I mean? When the communication should have been a shared experience. If that makes sense. So there shouldn't be any blame shifted, because there is no blame. Because there's plenty of room for both parties. And everyone does want to be heard. And everyone does want to be understood. Because that's a healthy dynamic. So there is no blame shifting. And it should never happen that way. But I wanted to put that point out. I'm sorry. Go ahead, Tim.
No, you're good. I don't think that there should be blame shifting. I just think that there should be accountability. And I'm about to hold y'all accountable right now. I'm about to hold y'all accountable.
I got one more question.
Go ahead, baby.
So is about gaslighting. So say if for example, my mom. Sometimes my daughter don't want to talk on the phone. Right. She don't want to talk to nobody but her friends. And my mom will call me and she'll be like, well, I called her. Well, tell her if she don't call me, I'm taking her phone. Is that gaslighting? Or like?
I don't think it's necessarily gaslighting.
Form of it.
Nah, I don't think that's necessary gaslighting because the intentions are not.
Well, all right. What if she also says, "Well, if she don't do this, then I'm not letting her get this anymore." Like,
those are manipulation things.
Yeah, it's manipulation.
I don't think that's gaslighting.
Because I'm still trying to understand. Like, I'm still trying to.
That's just shit that you do to kids. That's what she's doing.
No.
That's just shit you do to kids.
No, that's not shit. That's not shit you should do to kids.
I didn't say you should do it. I didn't say you should do it. I just said that shit that you do. I didn't say you should do it.
So gaslighting is when you twist and alter somebody's reality. It's pure deception. And it's going to cause you confusion. Like, if I sit here and show you a quarter, and then I take it away for like 20 seconds, and I'll be like, and then you'll ask me, yo, where you put that quarter? What quarter? No, you just had a quarter in your hand. Bianca, you tripping.
Okay.
You see what I'm saying? And you're like, Nina, you literally had a quarter in your hand. I'm like, Bianca, that was a nickel.
Hold on, Nina. I'm about to tell baby hairs. Like baby hairs, it's just like this. Now, once upon a time, niggas used to always have their girls' cars or whatever, right? So say a nigga got your car all the time, right? And then this one time you tell him not to take your car, and then he take your car and he park it in a different spot, and then he tell you, like, no, you parked there. You parked there last night. That's gaslighting. When that nigga just lie and outright be like, no, I didn't take your car. You're wildin'. You parked there last night. You tripping. That's what gaslighting is.
Okay. So it's different.
Right. Yeah. Right. But it's all trying to make you feel like the shit that you know in your head, like you know where you parked at.
Right.
So it's the shit where it's you know what's right, and they're just trying to fuck with your mind. They're trying to fuck with your mind.
Okay.
All right, now, ladies, my question was, and baby hairs, you started this shit, so it's all y'all, man. Now, if we have an argument, right? Both of us have an argument. Now, baby hairs withholds. Is she gaslighting?
I'm sorry, say that again.
How is that gaslighting?
I said we have an argument. We mutually have an argument, right? Now, baby hairs withholds. Is she not gaslighting?
How is
no.
that?
Because
leverage.
Because
yeah, that's leverage. That's not gaslighting.
That's not fucking leverage. That's manipulation. And it's
manipulation.
I'm being abused. Yes, I am. I'm being abused.
That's what
I'm being abused, Nina.
It's not gaslighting.
I'm saying that's not gaslighting. I'm being abused.
That is not being abused.
Yes, it is. That's a straightforward gaslighting right there.
That's not gaslighting. What kind of abuse is that?
Yes.
First of all, it's physical, mental, emotional. It's all the abuses. What are we talking about?
It's all the abuses.
Yes. It's all the abuses.
Okay. I'll agree with like emotional abuse, but it's definitely not gaslighting.
See,
it's manipulation. It's manipulation, but it's not gaslighting.
We want to move the goalposts, man. We want to move the goalposts. All right, so my thoughts on the blame shifting part of it was, like I was saying, if the shared blame to go around with the intentions of compromising or fixing the issue, and that's when I think you're not blame shifting. When both parties take accountability in their part, and then they work with the intentions of compromising and fixing. Now, when you don't do those things, then you're blame shifting. Like, I'm never going to come to you and be like, I did this because you did that. I might say that played a part in it, but I'm going to also say I didn't have to do this, or I shouldn't have did that, or this is what I did. I'm going to still take accountability for my part in what I did. Is what I'm saying. That be the blame shit when whoever party, it could be the man or the girl, and they just like, no, you did that shit. That like we got that shit gotta stop. That shit gotta stop. Man. All right, where we at, people? What's up, Nina?
Sorry, I was snacking.
I was abused, Janine. Sorry, these ladies is abusing me right now. They abusing me right
now. I guess we like mirrored it and whatever. Those were like the questions or whatever. So I did want to cover like how to tell the difference. We talked about trusting your intuition. I think we're pretty keen on that. And then also making sure that we identify patterns versus just isolated incidents, because we really can't charge somebody for if they do something one time, right? We just have to make sure that we just show grace, because at the end of the day, we're all human. Like how T said before, if it keeps happening over and over and over and over again, then now you're being intentional. Like, you know what I mean? Like, we're not children. And then just observing, like how you said just now, observing if they take, or even yourself, because it's not always about the other person, observing if they take responsibility when they get called out. Because we also have to take responsibility within ourselves and not just shut down at the first sight of an issue. Like, you know what I mean? So if you feel it, say it. Just don't just assume that the other party is going to fix it. Oh, well, he should know me by now, or she should know me by now. No. Like, this is growing pains, getting to know another person. You know what I mean? Like, everything is not going to be perfect the first, second, or third time around. You don't get to know somebody in 6 months. You don't get to know somebody in 1 year, like how the old people used to say it. You don't get to know somebody in every season of life. You know what I mean? So just kind of have some grace. And then when it comes to misunderstanding, sometimes it could just be like a lack of clarity. A lot of times when we speak on communication, it's not just speaking. Sometimes it also boils down to perspective and contradiction. Is what I'm saying sticking? And how do you figure that out? By asking clarifying questions. Like, don't be shy to say, hey, did you understand me when I said that? And just because the other person saying, yeah, I understand you when you said that, it's all about in the reactive tone. Is there eye contact? Is there physical touch when it's happening? Is this happening in an intimate setting? Is there other people around? Like, you know what I mean? So, in paying attention to different things like that, is this more of a serious conversation? If it is, then maybe you want to wait until it's the right time. So just being a little bit more understanding to your environment. Just like the other person is, just like you're a human, so is your other person. And then, like, speaking for myself, I know I'm a female. That comes with mood changes and emotions, but men have hormones too. So, like, just being a little bit more cognitive in that we are all having human experiences when we're dealing with each other. So, are we in a relationship, and I'm speaking romantically, are we in a relationship with this person? Yes, but they don't own us, and they are not our property. Like, they are an individual as well, so we should treat them as such.
That's a fact. Can I ask y'all, do y'all think that people can understand you that don't understand, where you come from?
Can I be
That's
honest? I'm going to say yes.
What you said, Tia?
But
go ahead, Nina.
Go ahead, Nina. What was you saying?
No, I was just saying, being honest, I'm going to say yes, but I also know that's me being naive and me being biased.
Okay. Tia, what you say?
I feel like it depends on if the person actually wants to figure that out. Like, if we coming from a different point of view or outlook on life, yes, it is hard, but it does. I wouldn't say that they can't eventually understand you. They have to be open to it. But I do feel like, based off of my relationship that I had before, like we had two different outlooks on life, and that was the main reason why like we could not be together, because just the mentality that we both had, it would clash so much. And also he has his own issues, like definitely a narcissist and definitely was trying to gaslight me, but it didn't work. But he also had a lot of insecurities as well.
Because I cut niggas off.
And I
it did.
But yeah, so I do feel like it just depends, because like that's just like, you know, when you come across people who don't know, like a different background of growing up or something, just because we have different backgrounds, it don't mean that we can't have a conversation and get to know each other and have an understanding, right? Because understanding somebody and having an understanding can be a little bit different as well. But the people have to be open to it, and also you have to have the emotional intelligence as well, because I think that's where a lot of people fall victim to the gaslighting and the manipulating, because of not having the emotional intelligence. Because if you know, there's misunderstandings, right? Like how we keep saying there's misunderstandings, but if you don't have the emotional intelligence, you can't understand what's happening. You can't understand what a person is saying, or even what you're trying to say or communicate. So yeah, so overall, I feel like it's really up to the person that you're talking to. It's not, I'm not gonna say like 100%, but it just depends.
Do y'all think that emotional intelligence is something that you can like wait for or like teach?
Child.
What you mean wait for?
So say you talking to somebody that's not emotionally intelligent or emotionally mature. That's what I'm asking.
At this big age, no.
Yeah. No. In my 20s, okay, because I'm there too. But today, don't.
Yeah, no.
All right. Here's what she answered.
Sometimes people want to.
She said that's my deal breaker. That's another deal breaker. Let me see this list of deal breakers you got, Tia.
No, because okay, so I was at a season in my life where I was like, I'm not build a bear, bitch. I'm not Bob the Builder. I'm not building nobody. And when, like you just said, like if the person doesn't have it, that's you building something. You might have the time, I don't.
Right.
It's all about what you would have did with it at that time. That's all.
I ain't mad at it. I feel like as we get older, I guess if you're not aligned with your person, like in the mindset and like just natural things, I think it's always going to be a fight, because I think most people are not emotionally intelligent or emotionally mature. So I don't even think I want to have conversations with you if we're not on the same page.
I agree.
So I'll say, as far as gaslighting though, why do y'all think niggas gaslight?
Is that a real question?
Yeah, it's a real question.
Why the dog shit in the yard? They trying to get the
baby.
She said because they insecure. That could play a part in it.
Well, I agree.
That could play a part in it.
Insecure, ego and pride. They kill niggas every day. You know?
That can play a part in it. Yeah, that can play a part in it.
That's it.
Okay, any last questions, people? Any last questions, Nina?
No, that was it.
Okay.
We hit all talking points, but I do have a question for Bianca. Do you think like you kind of got the gist of what gaslighting is?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, that's it.
Gaslighting is just a nigga trying to play on your mental. That's all. Nigga trying to play on your mental. That's all. I mean, it could be other people as well. It could be like family members and shit as well.
Definitely family.
Yeah. yeah. They could do it too. So I think you just have to play and pay attention to their intentions. The question I think that we missed, Nina, was, do you trust your intuition?
Oh.
Man, we be trusting that shit, but we don't be listening.
Right.
No, we do. I think that's just us having big hearts. Like we be like, we know damn, I know cheating, and still be like, all right, but like, you know what I'm saying? We just
right.
You know what? I want to hear a fun fact. I've grown because I'm a spiritual Viking, so I've grown to trust my intuition, and so I've had to play. So here's what I do now, because so I know when I'm being played with, like I'll figure it out, right? So I'll play back, like if I got time, and sometimes like 60% of the time I don't have time, so I start to play back. Cause in my head, I feel like, oh, I must be in karma. Like, you know what I mean? So it's like, all right, and it depends on like what they playing about. And I feel like, all right, well, once I figure out what you're playing about, I play back. Trust some checkers, like, you know what I mean? So yeah, I do trust my intuition, and then I play ball.
Baby Harris, do you trust your intuition?
Yes, 1,000%, because it's never wrong.
Never fails.
It's never wrong. It's never wrong. Now, do I listen to it all the time? Hell no.
I can't. Listen up, people. Listen up, people. We have to start listening to ourselves. What the fuck?
That's easier said than done.
If it's one person you should listen to, it's your motherfucking self.
I don't listen to nobody, and sometimes I don't even listen to my own self. That's a problem for me.
See, I always trust my intuition because my intuition is not based in emotional things. It's always, it don't lie. It doesn't lie to me. It doesn't lie to me. It doesn't lie to me. My intuition don't lie. I see Nina trying to pull shit. I'm just saying, my intuition doesn't lie to me. I'm always gonna trust my intuition, man. Far and few between. I think that I don't trust people, right? And not in the sense of trust issues or things like that, but I'm going to trust your patterns. I'm going to trust your actions. I'm not going to trust shit so I don't feel like you can gaslight me because I'm not listening to the shit you say out your mouth anyway. I'm paying attention to you and what you're doing. So
that's a word right there, T. That was the first time I'm like, shit. For real, because an unchanged pattern is a pattern too. Like me.
That's a fact.
Yeah, sure is
important. Yeah,
that's a fact, man. That's a fact. All right, I guess we can get into push B real quick, man. What's the first? What's up? Everybody quiet today.
I'll go first.
Go ahead.
Okay. Hey guys, all right. I'm Nina Pleazz, pushing my P. On all platforms, you can find me at Nina Pleazz. My website is expressspiritually.com. I am promoting all things positive, right? So I'm a spiritual advisor as well as a relationship life coach, and helping you expand your mindset and try to think outside the box a little bit. So make sure you reach out, send me a DM, or just visit my website, expressspiritually.com.
Okay. All right. Ciara, you want to go?
I'm sorry, y'all. She's crazy. All right, y'all. So T Michelle, owner of T Michelle Supply, mobile beauty supply store based in Philly, servicing the tri-state area. Y'all can follow me on Instagram, and my website is tsupply.com. We pushing products, accessories, everything you need for your hair. Come right to your door. We out here. Say bye-bye.
Baby Hairs, what's up?
Hi guys, MP 40 Shorty 1222 on all platforms.
What is this, man?
I'm kind of taking a mental health break right now, so my social medias are like kind of deactivated, so catch me in like a month or two. But it's 40 Shorty 1222. I'm a streaming. I'm a mom and I'm a streaming mommy, so I stream, I play video games, all that good stuff.
All right, baby Hairs. All right, ladies. One of y'all should be on the clock for next week to come up with the topic. So, whomever, whichever. if y'all are hearing me,
I'm gonna try to think of something. I'm gonna bring it to the group chat.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. As always, this is the Prophecies. Without vision, there is no understanding, and without understanding, there is no vision. As far as gaslighting people, be mindful of the shit that you allow, because it's not about victim blaming or placing the blame on you, but like you said earlier, fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, shame on me. So that pay attention to people's patterns, pay attention to people's behaviors, pay attention to people who don't work with you. How about that? Can we start here? Why aren't you working with me if we're supposed to be a team? Work with me. So that is what it's all about, man. Hit that thumbs up button, like and share the video. Continue to post your comments and all that in the chat and in the comment section. We will see y'all next week. Everybody have a good one. Thank you, ladies.
Bye, y'all.
All right.